On the economy, look, we just figured it out with Joe the plumber. Americans just figured it out. He wants to spread the wealth around. And every time there's a poll, there's a different tax plan. There's a different tax plan for America. He's the guy that Senator Obama voted for a Democrat budget resolution that will impose taxes on individuals making $42,000 a year. That's just a fact. He wants to raise taxes in a time of economic difficulties.
But he
the last president of the United States that did that was a guy named Herbert Hoover. Protectionism and raising taxes.
Well, Ronald Reagan raised taxes as well after the first 2 years.
Not in economic times like these.
Well, right after the recession he did in the first 2 years of his office.
Well, look, I would be glad to review the Reagan record, but the Reagan record was certainly one that reined in spending.
Well, let me ask you.
One that I'm very proud of as far as both their economic and national security policies.
Well, let me ask you about that business about spreading the wealth around, which has been a favorite phrase now of the McCain campaign. And also your vice presidential candidate has used the word socialist and socialism. Do you honestly think that Barack Obama would have as his advisors Warren Buffett, Paul Volcker, former chairman of the Federal Reserve under Ronald Reagan, who was widely credited with saving the economy at that time, Bob Rubin, former Treasury Secretary, and even Chris Buckley, the son of the godfather of the modern conservative movement, both endorsing his economic policies and help shaping them if they thought he was a socialist of some kind?
All I know is that Senator Obama's record is very clear. It's his record, not Volcker's record, not anybody else's. He started out in the left-hand lane of American politics, has remained there. He has been judged the most liberal United States senator. Biden's number 3. Joe the Biden is number 3. Bernie Sanders is number 2. And I respect that, but let's not call it anything but it is. He's voted for tax increases, against tax cuts, has advocated raising capital gains tax. Another anchor, Charlie Gibson, said, "Why would you want to raise capital gains taxes when you know that could decrease revenue?" He said it's a matter of fairness. He said to Joe the plumber, it's, quote, spreading the wealth around. His political philosophy is very, very different about what he believes his future of America is.
Well,
I believe the worst thing you can do is raise taxes.
Can we share with the audience then a couple of your comments about taxing wealthy Americans?
Sure.
This is from April 11th, 2004. It's Meet the Press, and this is what you had to say about wealthy Americans and taxes at that time.
I voted against the tax cuts because of the disproportionate amount that went to the wealthiest Americans.
And then this is what you had to say on Hardball back in 2000 to Chris Matthews.
Here's what I really believe, that when you reach a certain level of comfort, there's nothing wrong with paying somewhat more.